guys? So I got week 8 of the cube method coming up for you. This is the second to last week, so I'm testing out the big lift this week is bench press. So that was my max effort day. The first footage you're seeing here, this is squat rep day. So I believe the sets and reps, this was Monday, and today's already Friday. I believe the sets and reps were 3 sets of 3 to 5. And this was my PR set up until the next set, I guess, but I'm not sure what my previous best set of 4 was, but I knew that my best set of 5 has been 375 before, and my previous best triple has been a 385. So it's kind of right in between there, a 380 for 4. These felt pretty damn good. Honestly, I try to voice record as soon as I can to think of anything specific during my workout that I was thinking about or something like that. But not much I can really remember on this day other than the fact that I was just really excited to go for this 380. The 380 was actually the given percentage on my training program for the cube. But I've said this a lot, I don't really stick to that too much, and I was really just happy of trying to hit this for 5 because I knew that it would be a PR for me. So again, more than just a single set PR, because it's a lot easier to simply, hit one top set at 3 or 5 or something and then back off. But I actually hit 3 sets at 380, which is a lot more volume than I could have done before, even at 375. So I hit a set of 4, this set of 5, and then my final set of 3. I was actually going for another set of 4 to 5 on this final set, but I kind of just got out of the groove on one of these last reps, and it definitely needed to call it quits there. And again, 3 to 5 reps is what it needed to be. So yeah, total of, 12 reps at 380, which is pretty damn good. Today, like I said, today is Friday when I'm recording this. I'm not January 10th, not sure when it'll be up and when you're watching this, of course, but I anticipate maxing out on squats. Yeah, see, that was really grindy there, so I called it quits. I anticipate maxing out on squats probably next Monday, or this Monday in a few days. Today I'm probably going to hit some upper body accessory work, and then Saturday I'm going to probably test out like a really heavy triple, probably shoot for like 395-ish heavy triple, and then let that kind of dictate where I want to hit my heavy single at on Monday. Again, my 1 rep right now is 415, and I haven't failed above that, just kind of the max that I've attempted and made. And then after that PR I had of the traditional low bar, moved on to high bar. Again, I'm not 100% sure if this was a percentage on my program or not, but I know this is a PR for me. I hit 350 for 2 sets of 2, and again, high bars just feel really good. I don't see myself making the transition to high bars because I think my strength's quite a bit lower on it, and I guess don't really see the reason why to, but it's good to mix it up. And you also see some other squat variations I used this week. Followed up my second PR of the day with a 3rd PR. So this was, I want to say I hit these for triples, 325 for 2 sets of triples. So again, after the cube is a lot different for me because it's a lot of volume, but it's on one day. So for instance, this was 7 sets of squats on one day, and then the traditional cube wouldn't have you squatting to get for another week. Obviously, I do a little bit more than that, but I'm used to kind of dispersing my volume out a little bit more, so it's been a good switch up. This was another great day. So this was the max effort day, the big one that I really wanted to do well on this week. So that was my kind of last acclimation set there. And I was really pleased with this 250 for a single. The form was pretty good. The pause was good. It definitely was a struggle. You see me really shaking there at the top. I was pretty geeked up for that. And I just kind of followed it up with some back off stuff. I think I did like 90%, 85%, 80% of that, and just kind of went with an RPE of 9 or something. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that 250 for a single, especially knowing I didn't have a spotter at all. Maybe I would have gotten 5 more pounds if I had like a lift off or something like that. So my first goal for 2014 is to hit a 260 pause bench, which again, I'm pretty damn close there. And I think when I start increasing my frequency up to 2, 3, maybe 4 times a week, that 260 should come pretty well. Again, I'm going to do my best. I don't anticipate not doing pause bench. I'm just going to stick to that. Because again, if you're going to compete in powerlifting, I recommend doing as much possible work that you can, as much practice as you can put in that would, you know, have the best transfer over to that lift. So doing a whole bunch of touch and goes might make me feel really strong and whatnot. It's probably good to do some of that stuff with training just to feel some heavier weight and whatnot. But I think the bulk of my work, and if you're going to be a powerlifter, the bulk of your work should probably be pause reps. So again, I'm not going to be doing another cycle of the cube, so I'll be bench pressing with more frequency, and we'll see how that goes. Again, my bench press, it's hard to kind of judge how much it came up over these past 8 weeks. My heaviest bench press ever is 260, but that's a touch and go, and I just hit a 250 paused. So again, I definitely think it came up maybe 5 or 10 pounds, which is pretty good for me in that instance, in that time frame. Then this was the supposed to be, excuse me, the explosive day for deadlifts. But again, I'm kind of venturing off, doing my own thing as I kind of prepare myself for a new training cycle. So I'm making the transition to pull sumo. And today, really what I was trying to do was hit a top set of 5. It was actually my goal, to kind of just test some stuff out. And this was my PR set. My previous best set of 5 was, or set of 4 was 405. So I was trying to hit this for 5, which has been a really big PR. But I really kind of lost my groove on this last rep. You'll see it on 4, where I kind of get thrown forward. And again, I PR'd and it was good. So you'll see my feet really kind of like shift forward, and I kind of get thrown out of whack there. So I started to call it. Then I did some back off stuff I'm pretty pleased with. But one thing that I did notice with deadlifts is I'm going to need a lot of practice on the lift. It's really, really technical. It's a lot more technical than conventional. We can kind of just like rip it and push your hips through. Whereas sumo, you have to be patient with the lift. Your foot positioning, your hand positioning. Again, it's just foreign for me, so once I do it for a few weeks, a few months, I'm sure I'll get back in the groove. But even though I pulled a PR, and this 385 for, you know, sets of 4 is pretty much what my max for conventional deadlift is for just a single set. So I know I'm stronger here. It's just going to take a lot of form. You'll see on a lot of these sets that my form actually gets better. Like rep 4 looks easier than rep 1, and that's just because I hadn't practiced it. So really what I'm trying to do when I pull now is think about like Dan Green. He has just the most awesome sumo deadlift form. So yeah, I'm just going to try to work on that. I plan on pulling twice a week in my new program. I'll probably end up pulling a set of 3 and then trying to do that same weight for set of 5 and then increasing it for set of 3 and doing that kind of simple progression. Then I followed it up with some front squats to also anticipate throwing those in for my new training cycle. So I'll probably be doing these once a week and then back squat twice a week. So again, I just kind of wanted to test it out where I was, work on my mobility, because front squats have been kind of a struggle for me mobility wise. And I was actually pretty pleased. I think I hit like 8 or 9 sets total from like the bar all the way up to my top weight. And again, the goal of this session front squat was not to PR, really even get a whole bunch of work in. It was kind of to see where I'm at, test my mobility and whatnot. And I was pretty pleased with how I was, mainly for me, it's my thoracic and keeping my elbows high. That's why I tried to get some different views here. And I was pretty pleased with it. Again, none of these were that challenging as far as the weight. My top set was 225 for a triple, and I'm not sure my heaviest triple is of all time, but I know I've hit 275 for a double, so I'm probably capable of more than that right now. But again, just want to test it out. And overall, a very, very good week. I hit PRs on all 3 of the big lifts, as well as got some good data on the sumo and the front squat, where I'll be at in the next few weeks and months. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That is what's on tap for next week. Again, the big one for me is a squat. I'll know more about what I'm going to try to hit, but I'm assuming it's going to be in the 435 range, considering tomorrow goes well. And that's it, guys. Take care.